Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. Jacalyn KERBECK, and our show today is Secrets to Timeless Beauty. Our topic is celebrating our feminine energy with expert. You know who she is. She is a dear friend. She's in Dubai, but she's not there right now. She's traveling. It's Kristina Valente. She is not only a TV and radio show host, but she is an internationally renowned, recognized person who helps people in so many different ways. We're going to get into that today. She's a celebrity facialist, and she's also exploring a new journey in her career. Let's welcome her to the program. Come on out. Hello.
Hi. Welcome.
So nice to see you. How have you been? It's been at least, I want to say, a good month.
Yeah, it's been a month for sure. I'm doing okay. I've been super exhausted with all this travel, and I'm landed once again in the Maldives at the Hilton Amangiri Resort, and I'm here for 1 month. I've done 2 weeks already.
Incredible. So tell us a little bit, if we've never been to the Maldives, what is it like there? Is it sort of isolated? Is it just you go there to just recuperate and reinvigorate?
Yeah. So the Maldives is made up of over 1,000 tiny islands, and a lot of them are high end. Nowadays, they're doing a lot more to cater to, more reasonable prices, shall we say. And each island is the resort. So there's nothing else on the island but the resort. This island is actually quite small. So, the restaurants, the spa, they're all within 1 minute, 2 minute walking distance of each other. So it's very compact.
It sounds quite interesting. So when you go there, you know what you're signing up for. You know that this is the one destination you're going to be going to, and you're there for a reason. How do you work with people and help them while they're taking this respite, really?
So I have my own menu of services within the spa. I come in as a visiting practitioner, as an expert in my field to offer some unique treatments. And I'm doing energy clearing, I'm doing realignment massage, I'm doing lymphatic drainage massage, tarot card readings, and of course my anti-aging facials.
Well, clearly it's working for you, because you look absolutely stunning, radiant.
Thank you, my love. I do take great care of my face.
It's super important. Katrina, our subject today is something I just was discussing with a couple of people the other day, and I've discussed this with you. I am in my masculine energy. It seems 24/7. I know the feminine's in there somewhere. I just don't know where it is. And what I'd really like to explore is, because I think there might be some confusion even on my part, being busy, productive, etc. Does that mean that's the masculine energy, or can we be that same way in the feminine energy?
Good question. To some degree, but when you're successful, you're driven, that's definitely the masculine energy. The masculine energy is what gets you up in the morning and gets you going. It's the all-doing energy. The female energy is the all-receiving energy, the softness, the gentleness, the laid back, giving, but from a place of love.
That's so important. I was just reflecting. I said to you right before we started that I went to my first yoga class since October, and I've been practicing for, I don't know, 20 some years. But I approach it like I'm on there for a mission. I'm getting on the mat. I'm going to push myself to the extremes, take every whatever, I forget what it's called, but instead of taking it easy, no, it's like a job. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and this is a very good example of what not to do. You do your exercise, but in a yoga class, you need to let go, you need to flow, you need to push the body as much as comfortable, and then rest and stop and listen to your body. Our yoga class is not a gym exercise, it's something very different. And yoga is actually practicing much, much more the feminine energy.
Now, what about for men who may be watching now or on the replay? Men also have feminine energy, don't they?
Of course, we're all masculine, feminine. Whether you're male or female, the masculine energy is the all-doing energy, and the feminine energy is the all-receiving energy.
So while I have you on Spotlight, when you say receiving energy, can you give a little more detail about what that means?
Well, it's about doing nothing. It's about being. It's about just being open to receiving, giving yourself that space to allow yourself to receive. If you're always doing, then you have no space to receive, correct?
I think that is correct. Is it possible to reflect on our own, maybe in a walk or through meditation or having a with a friend?
Yeah, I mean, that is the all receiving energy. It's about just being quiet, being contemplative, just allowing yourself some space. And trust me, it took me many years to really understand that and to try and practice it. And still, I'm a bit much more in the masculine energy. For women that are successful, that are on their own, that are making their own money, that are single, it's all about the doing energy. It's all about the masculine energy.
It's so true. When I think about different men in my life, whether they were family members or someone I was involved in a relationship, I recall, they come home at the end of the day and it's just like, okay, I want my dinner. I want to watch TV. I'm just going to zone out. And I know for me, I'm constantly going. It's just like, it just seems not like on a treadmill, but there's so much to do. And as a business owner of multiple businesses, who's going to do it? So I think it's important, especially when I look at you, how radiant you look, and you just seem so confident and self-assured, that we do take the time to tap into the feminine energy and also do the self-care work with someone like you.
I mean, I have to say that being in an environment like this gives me a lot more downtime because there's nothing to do. I mean, I'm in my room every night. It's very chilled at the spa. I get up, I go to the gym, I have breakfast, I have a shower, and then I go into the spa. I mean, I haven't been very busy this time, so it does give me a lot of space. And I think sometimes that's a good thing because back in Dubai, I would be a lot more busy. But I think it's very important for us all to find that balance because at some point, Dr. Jacalyn, you're going to get burnt out. You are. You're only human. And if you keep going, without any proper relaxation, downtime, or holiday, then, you know, it's not good. It's not good for your body. It's not good for your energy. It's not good for your health.
Well, I thank you. I feel really good. I've started this supplementation program. Maybe you've heard of it, Juice Plus.
Sorry, I missed that. You've started.
Oh, I said I started on a supplementation program, Juice Plus.
Oh, Juice Plus.
Yeah.
I used to take that. I don't know. I didn't. It was okay. I can't tell you it was wow for me.
Well, for me, my nails are like so long. My hair is all growing in here because, you know, from pulling your hair back. Did you ever have that where it starts to fall out?
Yeah.
Pulling it back. And so now I've got all this new hair coming in. So, but anyway, I feel pretty good. So I'm excited about that. But I know, given that you have been living in Dubai, you're returning to Dubai, that there's been something significant going on there. And we've had the holidays, you know, we've had Passover, we've had Easter, and now there's, how do you say, Ramadan?
Ramadan, yeah, it's coming to the end of it actually this weekend. So it's a period for 4 weeks when the Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset, and they eat nothing, they drink nothing, they don't smoke. And yeah, and then after sunset, they break their fast with what they call iftar. And they can eat until sunrise the next day, and then they have to start fasting again. So it's a time of contemplation, it's a time of prayer, it's a time of giving back to society.
Fabulous. You know, we have another show with pet psychic Amina, and we talk about this holiday and with the significance of it. And I know she observes this holiday. So one thing I'd love to just have a chat about when we think about self-care, we think about centering and focusing. You mentioned fasting. I do intermittent fasting myself, and I specifically do it because of my underlying health conditions, so that my digestive system is not working all the time. What are your thoughts about fasting when it comes to a holistic approach to self?
I think it's very important, especially as you get older. I think as we get older, we need less food. And what's the word? I've studied it quite a lot about the intermittent fasting, and it resets all your hormones and it gives your digestive tract a rest. So I am a huge advocate of fasting, and water fasting as well for up to 3 days is also amazing as an anti-aging tool.
And I think it would be interesting just to discuss a little further about the fasting. We have another team member, Red O'Loughlin, who's a longevity strategist. He will fast, I think, for, I forget the exact number, but 72 hours, no big deal. I mean, I think he could go maybe a week without eating anything, just drinking water and unsweetened tea. What I think people might feel when they start fasting, because I did this myself, is when you're used to eating the sugar, you're used to having the caffeine, and all of a sudden you stop, your body literally starts freaking out.
You have to first of all get a doctor's approval, because the more toxic you are, actually the last fast I did was horrendous. I was very ill for like more than 24 hours because I hadn't done one for a long time, and I had to take all these powders, and I had the most horrendous headache. And when that happens, it shows you that your body's quite toxic. So, you know, these kind of water fasts they're the most extreme you can do. And they say for menopausal, perimenopausal women, you shouldn't really do a water fast for more than 3 days, because it really upsets the hormones after that time.
Now, Katrina, for a water fast, is this something where we're going to be upsetting our day because we're running to the bathroom all day?
No, I think, all kinds of detoxing and fasting, it's mind over matter. You've got to, get it right in your head. Just say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. Get food out of your head. And you don't actually go to the bathroom that much more, as I recall.
Now, you mentioned when you did it about these powders. What were the powders? How did they?
So this is oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the name of it. Health Nag, which is on Instagram. And I was taking this particular detox quite a few years ago, and I would have to order it from Malaysia. And that was a bit tricky. So this company in Dubai started supplying it. And it's just basically a bunch of herbs that you take throughout the day. There's definitely psyllium husk in there because it's super filling, and it pulls out all the colloidal plaque from your gut, which looks like, when you go to the toilet, a long tube of black. And that is cleaning out the really deep-rooted toxins that have been there for years and years and years. And it's one of the best detoxes I've ever come across. It was actually recommended to me by a friend of mine that was an anti-aging doctor.
So did you start this particular cleanse/fasting because of a specific reason, or did you say every so often I'm going to do this?
Yeah, I mean, I've always detoxed since I was in my late 20s. I think it's the best thing you can do for your body because, I eat very fast, so I don't have a great digestive system. So for me in particular, it works well. I always feel that I've done something good for my body. And I really like the juice fasts as well, but vegetable juices. And that really saturates your cells with phytonutrients and gives your digestive system a break. And it really gets rid of any inflammation very quickly, which a lot of women going through menopause suffer from.
Yes, definitely good points. And have you found through fasting, and then we'll move on to a different topic, but have you found this is a good way to lose weight, or is this basically a better way to lower inflammation?
It does both. It does a bit of both, but you've got to find what works for you. Some people just don't like fasting at all. But I've always found it very helpful, and I think it's a great anti-aging tool.
I think the thing that's interesting is we don't eat, we just drink water or juices or whatever it is, and then we go back to eating. Why wouldn't we just gain back all the weight?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, you can't just go straight back into eating. You have to introduce food slowly. So papaya is an amazing food to start with because papaya is low in sugar and it's full of digestive enzymes. So it really starts to get the gut working again. And then you would have maybe soups. Warm soups are very good for the digestion. And then you would introduce stewed vegetables, and then you would move on to carbohydrates and protein, the next day or whatever.
And what can we do during this time to keep our energy levels up?
When you're fasting, you should really do it on a weekend when you can relax. It's not the best to do fasting when you're running around on a daily basis. It's better to do fasting when you're more relaxed, and then because your body goes through a big process to detox. So if you're running around in your daily life, you're fighting one thing against the other because the body needs space in order to relax. You can go for walks in the forest. You can swim. You can do yoga. You know, it's encouraged to move the body, because when you're moving the lymph, and the lymph is taking all the toxins out of your body. And have a lymphatic drainage massage. It's excellent to do that towards the end of a detox, because it gets rid of all the toxins that are being eliminated more quickly from your body due to detoxing.
I'm glad that you brought up massage. I'm not familiar with the lymphatic drainage massage, but I do know that I was getting massages before the pandemic. I was getting them maybe once a month. And since then, maybe once a year. And I know the last 2 times over 2 different years, I got sick afterwards. Is there some correlation to that?
Really?
Yeah. I got a very bad cold, a sore throat, both times. And I thought, I'm not going back.
It could be, you see, this is a sign, Dr. Jacalyn, that you are super stressed and you live on that level where you think it's normal because it's just your daily routine. But it's not until we slow down and allow the body some space. It's like so many people, you know, when they go on holiday, they get sick the first 2 or 3 days. Because you're changing your environment, you're slowing down, you're letting go, and you're allowing the body space to get rid of all the things that you've been holding on to. So it makes sense to me that you get sick when you get a massage.
Can you tell us what specifically what is it? Lymphatic drainage massage?
Lymphatic draining.
What is it?
Okay, so the lymph is the biggest organ in the body that takes away all the toxins from the body. And the lymph is only on the front of the body. So you have lymph behind your ears, you have it here, you have it under the arms, in the groin, and behind the knees are the exit points. So lymphatic drainage massage is very slow and methodical, because your lymph sits like a thin film of milk right under your skin. So the idea is to drain into all these exit points, and it takes out the toxins. So the result of that is that you feel instantly lighter, less bloated, and depending on how toxic you are, you can get quite unwell after a treatment.
Does it hurt?
No, not at all. Okay. Sometimes if you're pressing, if you've got the lymph is on the arm here, and sometimes when you move it, it can feel quite painful. It depends how toxic you are.
I hope I'm not that toxic. You know, we've been talking about a number of things today, and I want to move into where you are today with your career, and then the next chapter of where you're going. Would you like to share that with us?
Sure. Well, you know, I've been a facialist, an esthetician, holistic esthetician for 28 years. And the last few years, I've been doing a lot more healing and coaching and energy clearing work, as well as tarot reading, which I really enjoy because, you know, I'm a wealth of information now. And I like to share it in a way that really helps people on a psychological and an emotional set point, because then you can really change someone's life, help them see a different perspective for themselves. And then, you know, because I haven't been able to meet my significant other, it took me down the road of exploring sex therapy. And that's an area that I'm looking into this year, and I'm doing a bit of study on. And it's definitely an area I want to move into, sex and relationship coaching. When I talk to people in relationships, most of the time they're not having sex with their partners. It's an issue on some level or another. And through the study and the research I've done, I realized that, you know, sex is really the answer to everything. It's the answer to your good health, to abundance, to attracting what you want in your life, to attracting new opportunities and lots of money.
That all sounds really good. What are some of the reasons that people have shared with you as to why they're not being intimate at that level with their partner? And by the way, intimacy can look a number of different ways, can it?
Of course, of course. I mean, intimacy is sharing your feelings, your emotions, your deepest, darkest secrets with someone, feeling safe with your partner, feeling safe to be yourself, to express yourself. I mean, that is also intimacy. But I think people in long-term relationships just stop trying. They take the other one for granted, they get used to them, and they just start focusing on other things. Whereas if they can really come together sexually on an intimate level within their sexual relationship, it takes your relationship to a whole other level.
So I'd love for you to talk a little bit more about how we as humans change sexually as we get older. So in other words, you're 20, you're out there, you're moving and shaking, 30, maybe you're starting to settle down, 40, whatever. And then slowly women are facing menopause, men can have midlife crisis, and we don't look the same way, except for you. You look the same way you did.
Don't get out. Like, my body is changing fast. Don't be fooled. My God.
Well, you look gorgeous, as I said before. But so if you've been in a relationship with someone for years and both of you, your bodies are changing, that's one scenario. Or if you're on your own and you're looking to meet someone and your body is not the way it used to look, I think two things come up for me. The first is in the relationship, you can look at the other person and go, well, I still love you. I see you put on a few pounds or this or that, but I did too, or this used to be here and now it's over there. But when you're looking for someone new, you are your own critic about why you're not going to be attractive enough or sexy enough. Or am I completely missing the boat here?
No, it's true. But what you've got to do is fall in love with yourself again. So the topic of self-pleasure is super important. We have to pleasure ourselves. You know, we have to learn about our own bodies and what we like and what turns us on. And really and truthfully, men don't care about your body. It's about the connection. It's about how you make them feel. And it's about having your own self-confidence. And, you know, that's all they see. That's all they want. Men are very simple creatures. It's women that complicate things. But, you know, I've been exactly the same. I have all these exact same feelings. But the truth of the matter is that men really don't care about a few extra pounds or whatever it is.
Okay, so let's do an impromptu role play. Okay. So I'm going to be the woman in two different scenarios, and you're going to be the man, or you could be the coach. It doesn't matter. Okay, so here's the first scenario. Oh, I'm just going to call you a name. Oh, coach. Coach, I have some extra weight and my legs are this and my hands are that. And I just can't take it anymore. How do you feel about what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, so if you can't take it anymore, do something about it. You know, you can do something about your physical appearance through treatments and exercise and diet. So if you're really, really serious, because complaining is going to get you nowhere, you have to action. You have to change.
Exactly.
And you have to want to change enough to actually do something about it. It's very simple.
So simple. Perfect. All right, here's the second scenario. You ready? Yeah, I'm pretty darn happy with the way I look. I put the time in, I get the exercise, nutrition. You know what? If you don't like me, too bad. I love me. What do you think of
So
the second scenario? You like it
that's
better?
great.
Okay.
That's great. I mean, it's all about self-confidence. But, you know, what you've got to ask is, does that person really feel that way about themselves? Or is it just a front and really on the inside? Because remember, it's the subconscious that drives you. It's not your conscious mind. So if you're saying all that to me, but inside you're thinking, yeah, but, you know, I really don't feel like that. And, oh, you know, if I could be a little bit thinner, or, you know, I could have this or that, then the subconscious is what drives you forward. So you have to really believe that. You have to really love yourself to the very core of your being.
Okay, so if we want to love ourselves to the very core of our being, isn't that what we have to keep telling ourselves?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. Positive affirmations are a good way to do it. You know, write them out. I love and accept myself. I am a magnet for divine prosperity. Men are attracted to me like bees to honey. I have amazing vibration every minute of the day. I'm always expecting something good to happen to me. Miracles are everywhere. You know, affirmations like this. So if you keep repeating it in your mind, you write it out, you stick it on the mirrors in your home, in your bathroom. So your subconscious mind sees that, and then you start manifesting. It's the same with the vision boards. When you do the vision boards and you put the vision board up in your home, and then the subconscious mind sees it every time you walk by, and then you start creating from that set point.
I love that. Now, for our audience members who are thinking, okay, I'm going to incorporate this. I'm going to take this on. This is part of my daily routine, the affirmations, self-love, self-care. But in the meantime, the bills are still due. So how do we as humans, because every one of us falls into a trap at some point in our lives. I would think that even if you have a ton of money, it's not as much as what you would like to have. So how do we keep the evil money energy at bay? I shouldn't say evil, but the money energy in check at the same time when we're manifesting greatness.
But in what context do you mean?
So for an example, I'll give an example. Today in the United States, it's tax day. We have to pay the IRS. We have to send in our tax forms, send away checks. So maybe people are doing other things and they're thinking, oh, I have to write out this check for whatever the amount is. Maybe they have it. Maybe they don't have it. Maybe they're manifesting it. But at the same time, they're thinking how grateful they are for everything else and how happy they are. But yet they need to manifest money.
I mean, you've got to action things. Like, you've got to think about how you want to make money, and then you've got to put measures in place to make that happen. And as I said, positive affirmations do help. Listening to meditations on a daily basis, playing binaural beat music, and, you know, most important is to be grateful. When gratitude is the quickest way to bring more money to you.
That's an excellent point. I hope everyone is taking that in instead of being, woe is me, and I don't have this and I don't have that every day.
Yeah, because what we focus on, we create. So if you keep saying, oh my God, I've got to pay my taxes, be grateful that you've got the money to pay your taxes.
Exactly. It's all about our mindset. So in this transition that you're making, what is the time period before if you're going to, are you going to shift completely away from being an esthetician and a therapist to being sex coach, therapist?
I mean, it's been a gradual process, Dr. Jacalyn. I mean, I'm doing less and less facials now, hardly any at all. It's just been a gradual transition. Of course, I'm still doing a lot on my own face, but not so much on anybody else's. And I'm doing much more of the energy clearing, the tarot reading, the lymphatic drainage, the raindrop massage.
Are you able to work with people who are going through some type of grief, whether it's loss of someone in their life that they loved, or loss of a job, because I feel like when we go through loss, there is a blockage of energy that keeps us from going where we need to go and moving on. Are you able to help people that way?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a grief specialist, but the energy clearing works on anything at all that you feel is blocking you in your life. So I do work on grief in that context.
Yeah, I think it's so important, because especially during the pandemic, many people reinvented themselves, but many people lost businesses, lost family members, and then harbor this anger and harbor this inability to let go and forgive. And I found for myself that I give myself grace and I forgive myself for my shortcomings, because after all, I am a human being.
Yeah, I mean, look, the pandemic happened to give us all a reset in the right direction. So whatever you lost, you were meant to lose it, because you have to step on a path that is more in line with what you came here to do on this planet moving forward. The end. That is the whole reason this pandemic happened. And you have to see that at some point for your own life, you know?
I think that's such a valuable point that you made. I think what's also interesting is people were put together in situations they might not have been in before. So example, families living
Totally.
together, all different
Yeah.
generations, people living in small spaces. So when we're working on our higher vibration, or clearing our energy, or finding our intimacy with ourselves, with our partners, how do we do so if we're living in an environment that's dysfunctional?
You got to take responsibility for it. You know, we are what we attract. So there is no mistake. So, you know, as soon as you point one finger, three point back at you. So it's never about the other person, it's always about you. So as soon as you can take responsibility for your own reality, the quicker you can change it.
I think that's a great point also. And I think maybe evaluate how and why you're in the situation that you're in. And if it's not serving you, how can you get out of it? What are the steps that you can take? To your earlier point, it's all about action. And I think it starts in here, and it starts in here. And from there, then it flows out.
No, I mean, you think about how you want to move forward, you take a few action steps to make it happen, and then grace will follow and things will get put in your way. You have to show the universe what you want, and then it will be provided 100% of the time. And if it's not, it's because it's not been for your highest good, and something else will be put in its place that will be better for you.
You know, I can't help but notice the beautiful colors next to you, the yellow and the purple, and the beautiful, is a top or a dress that you're wearing, green? And
Yeah.
I know that you work with people for color therapy as well. And you've done a couple of readings for me, which I really appreciated. How does knowing, and I don't know the terminology, but how does knowing what colors mean what to you impact your mood, your frame of mind, your action?
We always wear the color to the mood we're in. It's a very subconscious thing, because color actually balances us. So when you choose a certain color, it's because you need to balance that emotion. And it's funny that I chose green. I mean, I've got very limited clothing with me, but green is the heart center. It's the masculine of the heart. It's about empowerment, setting your boundaries, recovering your vital space, and being open to receive. So it's very much an empowerment color when you're going to speak. So, and you know, I had nice earrings to match it, so I thought, well, you're only going to see me from the head up, so What can I wear? But
So
it doesn't matter how much you analyze it, you will not wear a color to the mood you are not in.
I think that is so true, and I'm going to tell you why. So last night my nails were originally lavender. I painted them white, all white, and I thought I love all white. I thought, nah, it's not me. I got to go with the red. So I put the red on, and it really felt like myself. But I was going to wear a red dress, but I didn't feel like that powerful that I wanted to put that on to
Yeah,
command.
red is probably one of the most powerful colors. It's sexual, it says power, it says look at me, here I am. There is no mistaking a person that's wearing red. But if you're not, see, it was too overpowering for you because today you're in a powder blue, and this is about peace and calm. It's about speaking from the throat center. So, you know, they're very different. And you will only wear red if you're in the mood for it.
So I appreciate what you're saying. A question I have for you is, I purposefully put this on because we were talking about feminine energy. As you know, I wear a lot of black, and I wear the black because still ingrained in my mind is that black is sexy. Black is corporate. Black is professional. And there are many retailers.
Black is boring.
I know, but there's many retailers, for example, luxury brands where their people, their employees all wear black. So when we wear a color, should we be wearing it because of the mood that we're in or the image that we want to project to other people of the mood we're in?
Well, that's up to you, right? That's
right.
Up to you. But this color, I see you with this color. When you wear black, all I see is the black, and then I see your face. When you're wearing the right color, you're supposed to see your face, and the rest follows. So this is much softer. It makes you look softer. It makes you look younger. Black's a bit harsh, and especially because you're blonde with the pale skin.
Okay, so let me ask you this question. Does it matter what color you're wearing depending on what you're doing? I'm going to give an example. The first example, you've been hired to go into a corporate company and you're going to get on the stage and you're going to speak in front of a lot of people.
Totally it matters.
Tell us more.
It matters. Because you want to project a certain image. So let me tell you, if you want the attention of a group or if you're going onto stage, purple is an excellent color to wear. There's something about purple that captivates people to listen to you more intently. Another good color to stand on stage is beige or neutral colors or cream, because they're non-intimidating and they make you look approachable and soft. Black is a power color. It commands attention. It's like, I'm here to do business. Red is very sexual. So, you know, it depends what image you want to project, and you can certainly manipulate color to your liking.
Now, are there any colors that you would say, hey, give this a second thought before you put it on? Example, someone is going to do a TEDx speech and they're thinking of wearing yellow. They're thinking of wearing green. Do we want to be wearing red? Do we want to be wearing black? Do we want to be wearing lavender or purple? Or can we go with some of these other colors?
You know, bright colors can be a bit harsh on the eye when you have to look at them for a long time, especially if you're not in the mood. So I would say wear neutral color with a splash of color. So you can wear black, but dress it up with a brighter color, maybe a scarf, or you wear a brighter blouse and a black but to wear a block color of say red or orange or green, dark green is okay because it's an empowering color, but yellow is the most difficult color to wear, and you will only wear yellow if you're in the mood for it. Yellow is a stress color, so you'll put yellow on because you want to feel joy and happiness, but you also wear it because you're feeling very stressed out.
Yeah, I found that yellow does not do anything for me. So we've talked about business, about speaking, TEDx talks. Let's say you're in the dating world and you're showing up for a date. Maybe it's a first date, second or third. Do you want to walk in that red hot number, or do you want to be more subdued? What are your thoughts?
No, you need to be more subdued because you want to know, first of all, if you like the person, and you don't want to be too overwhelming to them. You want to be as approachable and as easy going as possible, because if you come in all power driven, the guy's going to look at you and think, oh my God, this woman's way too much for me. So I mean, if I go on a first date, I'm very casual, very understated. And men like that because they see that you've not made too much of an effort. You come as yourself, and it's just like the attitude of, here I am, take me or leave me. So that would be my advice, definitely, for a first date.
Now, what if it's a couple, they've been together for a long time and they're having date night, so to speak? Do you put on the little red number, the little black dress?
Yeah.
Sexy?
Then you should really dress up, because you're used to each other. So you need to come out of your comfort zone to spice up the sex life. So your husband will look at you and think, oh my God, wow, you look good, and it will rev them up. So yeah.
Now, how does it work for men, for example? Does a guy say, let me put on my red slacks, let me put on my red blazer? Which I think
the guy's got to make an effort as well, right?
Yes. But so in the States, I haven't seen very many men wearing a red suit. You know, we see Hollywood, and I've seen people from the UK, red slacks or maybe some plaid. Or so what does the guy need to do to dress up? Is it wearing denim? Is it wearing leather? Is it wearing a suit? What is it?
A guy needs to dress up from the point of looking different to how he normally looks. So, you know, if he's always in a t-shirt and jeans, put on a shirt and jeans, or put on a nice pair of trousers with a more fancy t-shirt that's got a collar. It's about stepping up from how you normally look.
I like that a lot. One of our friends was just sharing that he went in for a mani-pedi, and I thought that was great. What do you suggest about men or women about our nails, feet and hands?
Very, very important, because there's a lot of men, the first thing they will do is look at your hands and feet. Because if you don't have well-groomed hands, it makes you look dirty. It makes you look unclean, especially the feet. You know, there's a couple of guys in the gym a few months ago, and this girl had taken off her trainers to do a certain exercise, and they said, oh God, her feet looked horrible, yuck, no, I wouldn't go near her. And it could really, really turn off a man. So impeccable nails and feet should be groomed at all times.
I have to say, I agree with that. When I see someone, even where I work out at Solid Core, I wear socks, but plenty of people don't, and they put their feet on the machine, which is fine. And I think, I don't know, it's just, I'm glad I have my socks on. Even in yoga, you'll see people, their fingernails are done, but their feet are not. Ooh, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe it.
Yeah, no, must be done at all times, definitely. In Dubai, it's very easy because there's nail salons all over the place. I have one in my building, so it's very easy. I just run downstairs. But no, you've got to have your nails done. It's really, it shows that you respect yourself. You know, people would always say to me, oh, you know, you're always dressed up, blah, blah, blah. It's about how you choose to show up, is showing someone how much respect you have for yourself, how much care you take for yourself. And as how much care you take for yourself, you're going to take that much care for the other person also. So, you know, it's also a reflection.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. Okay, another question that because I don't have mine on today, but what about the false eyelashes? I absolutely love them. Is this something that we should wear on a regular basis, or is this something we wear just to spice it up or to command attention? Because I remember when I was working at a different TV station and I went in and I was working with a couple guys who like, yeah.
I'm just gonna plug in mine.
Yep, they're like, oh my gosh, your eyelashes are so long. Are they real? And I thought to myself, I wish they were real, but they're not actually real. So it was interesting that they didn't know the difference. But what do you think about wearing the false eyelashes on a regular basis?
Okay, hang on. I actually have worn false eyelashes non-stop for over 2 years.
Now, are they, do you glue them on? How do you put them on?
No, you have to go to a specialist who puts them on individually, one by one, glues them onto your own eyelashes. I mean, in Dubai, things like that are very inexpensive, so it's not too difficult to keep up the maintenance. But once you have false eyelashes, it's very difficult to remove them.
Yeah, I absolutely love them. What I found is because when I work out, like if I wore them to yoga yesterday, forget it with all this sweating and because they're, what are they made out of? I can't think. But anyway,
the glue will come off.
It comes into like balls.
Yeah.
But
no,
I think
I mean, I'm talking about, I mean, these are professionally stuck on. You can't take them off unless you have to get special remover that the therapist has to remove them. So if you cry or whatever, they don't fall off.
So just as your eyelashes grow, you have to have them filled in. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, they look beautiful. I'm going to actually put mine on as a result of seeing you today with yours. So what's next for you after you leave here?
So I'm going back home to Dubai. Finally, I'm going to be there for several months. I have to renew my passport, so I won't be able to travel anywhere, which I didn't intend doing anyway. And October is my next official trip back to the Maldives. I plan to go on a few courses, tantric massage courses in the summer. And that's all my plans for now. Integrate myself back into Dubai society.
And for people who don't know, what is it like to live in Dubai?
It's easy. It's clean. It's fast. Everything's available. It's very glitzy and glamorous. Quite expensive. My rents went up this year. Everybody seems to want to be in Dubai at this point in time. So the summers are quite hard because it's very, very hot. But you get used to it. There's AC everywhere you go, so it's not really too much of a problem. And yeah, I mean, shopping, eating, going out, I mean, it's not very cultural like Europe would be. But there's always something to do. The city is 24/7.
And is it easy to travel, fly places from there?
Yeah, I mean, they say that Dubai is in a third of the world is 4 hours from Dubai.
Wow, interesting. So what are some
Yeah.
places nearby that you could fly to?
India, the Maldives, Jordan, Turkey, Israel. Where else? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places within 4 hours.
It's fabulous. Well, listen, everything you're doing is looking really good on you, so keep it up.
Thank you.
And it's much later where you are. Here in the States, it's just about noon Eastern time. What time is it there?
It is 9 p.m.
9 p.m. So I'm just getting started and you're ready to wind down.
I am.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure seeing you and having this experience with you today. For people who want to know more and they want to hire you, can you again go through the services that you offer?
So I'm offering online coaching, the energy clearing and the tarot reading. If you're in Dubai, I'm able to do the massages, the facials, and the energy clearing, of course, coaching and tarot.
And how do people reach out to you?
They can get me on my website, katrinavalente.com. I'm on Instagram every day, Katrina Valente and the number 1, and on Facebook by my name.
Yeah, I love your Instagram posts. They're fabulous.
Thank you.
Very nice. Well, thank you again. I wish you a beautiful night's sleep. And,
Thank you.
and keep smiling. It looks good on you.
Thanks, Dr. Jacalyn. Always a pleasure. Lovely to see you, and I'll see you when I get back to Dubai.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Our
care.
next show is coming up. It's Women in Business, and we will be welcoming Amy Bonner. So see you then. Bye. Bye.